gets as bad as it can get. And most of the time you don't win it.
You remember where you came from. And you remember what he did to you last time, right?
You lost that fight, Rock, for all the wrong reasons. You lost your edge. Now, when we fought, you had that eye of the tiger and the edge. And now you gotta get it back. And the way to get it back is to go back to the beginning. You know what I mean?
You know, there's only 3 steps into that ring. And tonight it's gonna look as high as a mountain. When we climb to them ropes, it's gonna be the loneliest place in the world, because you're gonna be in there with another fighter who wants to take you out. Are you here to prove something to other people, or prove something to yourself?
A lot of people live with hurt.
Hey, a lot of people don't have a choice, I do.
This guy doesn't want to win, you know. He wants to bury you, he wants to humiliate you. He wants to prove to the whole world that it was nothing but some kind of a freak the first time.
Maybe the only thing I can do is take everything he's got.
All your strength, all your power, all your love, everything you've got.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits. And not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that. I must break you. Go for it.
Checking my vital signs, drawing my battle lines, going to war again. Feeling the rhythm inside of my chest, all I need is just a pen. I know I was born for this. I know I was born for this. Don't care for the critics, my words are like physics, a force that they can't stop. They just don't get it, I think they forget I'm not done till I'm on top. I know I was born for this. I know I was born for this. Who learn to love the pain. We come from different places, but have the same name. Cause we were born for this. We were born for this. We are the broken ones who chose to spark a flame. Watch as our fire rages, our hearts are never tame. Cause we were born for this. We were born for this. I've struggled for years, and through all of the tears I faced the doubts I hide. I never give in to my fears, deep within, cause I heard my voice inside. I know I was born for this. I know I was born for this. I will never lose my voice if I cut out all the noise. I know I was born for this. I know I was born for this. But have the same name. Cause we were born for this. We were born for this. We are the broken ones who chose to spark a flame. flame. Watch as the fire rages, our hearts are never tame. Cause we were born for this. We were born for this. For someone like me to know you're not alone. The moves that you make, yeah, that come up mistakes. Don't ever lose your hope. Just know you were born for this. Just know you were born for this. We are the warriors who learn to love the pain. We come from different places but have the same name. Cause we were born for this. We were born for this. We are the broken ones who chose to spark the flame. Watch as the fire rages, our hearts are never tame. Cause we were born for this. We were born for this. We were born for this. We were born for this.
Look out far and wide until the ends of time. Don't you cross the line. What you see is mine. Battle scars to show is written in my bones. The one you can't control. That's why I hold the throne. You're out of my league, so bend at the knee. Get out of my way. I'm raising the flag, you better retreat. Get out of my way. Call me a god, call me a king. Get out of my way. You better believe this is my kingdom. This is my domain. You can't take it from me. The greatest you've ever seen. You'll remember my name. I rise like the red sun. I walk through the flames. You can't handle the heat. The true legend is me. You'll remember my name. This is my kingdom.
Mustangs. They are your Class 3A champions.
This ain't no regular thing. I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking and talking me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion. The game is in trouble, I've been in my depth for the piece of the puzzle, I got it for real. Still keep me going, I wake up and hustle, you won't see me buckle, I've been in the field. Man of the town, you been in your fields, I'm adjusting this crown. Call me your majesty, either that or your tragedy. We shutting up, it's west. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. If you talking and talking me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion.
And a good evening, everyone. Welcome to Mustang Stadium. John McDermott alongside my partner tonight, Eric Connor, as we get set for the Spencer Tigers versus the Dallas Center Grimes Mustangs in Iowa High School boys soccer. Game number 4, Eric, for both of these teams. DCG had some tough opponents here early, starting off with the defending 4A state champions, the Johnston Dragons, a 3-2 loss, but a very competitive game here to start things off. And then a late tie. They surrendered the tying goal with 14 seconds left against Norwalk, and then pick up their first W last night against Des Moines Christian as they knock off Des Moines Christian 3-0 last night. And Spencer comes in with 2 victories over MOC Floyd Valley. That was a 3-0 win. At Storm Lake, a 1-0 win. Storm Lake was a state qualifier a year ago. And West Sioux, they took on West Sioux at home and lost that one 1-0. So 2-1 for Spencer as they're in town to take on Dallas Center Grimes tonight. And then tomorrow they'll take on the Norwalk Warriors. And basically Spencer and Denison flipping. DCG will play Denison here at 2 p.m. at Mustang Stadium tomorrow. But pretty good start for a team that lost 7 starters, won a state title a year ago. You know, the Mustangs, we talked about it pregame before we came on. Going to have to figure some things out, tinker with some lineups, but so far so good for Coach Lane.
Yeah, really still trying to get their footing, their feet wet here. But, you know, you start off again 2 years in a row with the defending champs in Johnston. So it's a little bit of a shock to the system. But they played really well. Came away with a 3-2 loss. Really played at the end of the game really well. And then, like you said, kind of gave one away with Norwalk there for the tie, and then really dominated last night. 3 games in a row. It's going to be a little bit of a test. We'll know where we're at after tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a tough turn. 3 games in 3 days. And for Spencer and Denison, 2 games in 2 days as they announce the starting lineups. They'll play the national anthem here quickly. And right after the anthem, we'll go through the starters here real quick. But again, Spencer in town tonight to take on the Dallas Center Grimes Mustangs. Game number 4 for both of these teams. Head coach for the Dallas Center Grimes Mustangs is Colin Lane, and he is assisted by Coach Tilstra and Coach Krause. And the head coach is Jesse Kuhler for Spencer Tigers, and his assistant coach is Dylan White. And we've got our public address announcer just finishing up with the starters and the announcement of the officials, and then we'll have the national anthem. We'll get underway here.
Beautiful weather tonight, by the way. A little bit of a change from the last one we had at home.
And we'll pause here for the anthem and get right back to you. All right, let's get you the starters quickly for Spencer in goal. It'll be Karin Behrens, the goalkeeper, and Brady Freeman, Blake Cooker, Romeo Alvarez, Camden Mosier, Nolan McCusker, Keegan Musser, Caden Brewer, Mason Irby, Logan Palashik, and Keegan Crocked? We'll say Keegan Crocked, the starting 11 for Spencer. It'll be Mendias in goal for DCG. Hoover will start at the 6. Hudson Heigerken up top. Zach Bruck a forward as well. Jacob Hope, Landon Anderson, Almina Islamovic, and Braxton Baker, the 4 across the back. Drake Reznicki gets the start. Colin Modernock and Mateo Zalota. He'll play the 8 tonight for Coach Lane right there in the middle. And that's the starting 11 for both teams as both teams huddle up on a sunny, calm Friday night here. You don't get a lot of calm nights at Mustang Stadium.
No,
you do a lot of football
not.
games, Eric.
Yes.
And it's usually 10, 15, even 20-mile-an-hour winds out here. There's not a lot of wind block, but tonight just a picture-perfect Chamber of Commerce night here in Grimes, Iowa.
Really treating the Spencer folks to a wonderful evening here, right?
Still
They're
see
in town
some-
all weekend.
Still see some winter coats and blankets out there, a couple stocking hats, but DCG will have the opening kick. Heigerken will kick off here for the Mustangs, and he'll play it back for Hoover, and they'll reset over with Islamovic, who will run it down. He'll play back for Mendias, and that one's
a little off there.
A little bit of work for Jaden, and he'll clear it out towards the midfield. That ball is going to be chested down and possessed by Spencer, and it's going to be an offside call. The center official had to take a peek over at the AR, but the flag was raised.
We talked about this too, getting on here. It's like it might be a little flat after a big win last night. So
yeah, I mean they were playing less than 24 hours ago. They did work in some players that maybe hadn't seen as many minutes. I know Drew Every played, I would say 30 to 40 minutes last night, mostly at left back. There's Mendias with some
you don't usually see that, do you?
tricky maneuvering, and I'm sure Coach Lane would rather see that ball sent away a little earlier, but Mendias now back on his foot, and it looks like Spencer's decided to apply a little bit of high pressure here. Hope is going to play it back for Anderson. Anderson to his keeper, Mendias, who's had probably more touches than anyone here so far. Heigerken will try and chest that down, and the ball deflected out into the middle. Zalota to Bruck. Now Bruck calmly back for his left back and out of bounds, and it's going to be Spencer throw-in.
Wow, really aggressive for Spencer right now.
Well, and you look through their starting lineup, a lot of juniors and seniors, a lot of physically mature bodies out there. And that ball cleared out of there. Looked like that was Miles Hoover clearing it out with the right foot, so Spencer with the throw. Hope chasing that one down, and a little heel pass backwards for Anderson. Left-footed touch for him. See if they can switch the field. They've got Reznicki making a run on the far side, but he's not going to be able to get there, so another Spencer throw-in.
About the first time it was on their half. That's really aggressive by Spencer coming out.
And we have a stoppage in play here, and I think an illegal throw there, so that'll go back to DCG. And Braxton Baker, the right back, will come up and make the throw here for the Mustangs. Just underway, just a couple, 2.5 minutes gone by here. Game number 4 for both of these teams. A 2-1 start for Spencer. DCG 1-1-1, and that's a foul out near midfield, so it'll be a free kick here for Spencer.
He gets a lot of fouls. I mean, he's big. So
I mean, he's probably 6'6", 220 roughly. I don't know on the weight, but he's certainly 6'6". He is a big dude. Talented player too. I would assume probably looking at I know it's early and he's got to stay healthy, but he's certainly like a first-team All-State caliber player. Thought he was last year, but was overshadowed by all the seniors. Modernock trying to play a through ball just a tad late, though. Hudson had stopped the run to stay onside.
Yeah, I got to stay onside. Just pause for a second. Just no connection.
So Spencer will start with kind of a 3-back look here. Nice maneuvering by the midfielder, Romeo Alvarez. And now they play it backwards and sent forward. Well done by Islamovic, but he gives it right away. And the Nice little through ball as Anderson retreats. Anderson gets in front and just slows him up just enough, and a nice clearance out of there. Now Modernock getting a little support, but dispossessed. Modernock trying to win it back, can't do it. And now it's over to the right back, Crocked.
Pretty good recovery by Almeen on that as well. He gave it away, but hustled back, make a tackle there.
So they'll try and work it down that left side. Polishek over there having a little trouble with Riznicki. But Drake Riznicki last to touch it, so Polishek will throw it in. Ball headed over near midfield. Spencer able to retain possession, now looking to play a nice ball down the right side. Just going to be a little bit beyond the reach, though, of Keegan Musser, the sophomore winger. And we have a whistle. Well, they made the throw in. I'm not sure why they stopped play. I mean,
you can do a quick
if
throw.
the ball boy gives them the ball quickly, that's the name of the game.
Right.
I think they're concerned about the whether the ball is inflated enough.
Inflategate going on early.
Yeah, some Tom Brady shenanigans. And the throw in sent forward. Islamovich, now Baker. Hope gets a head on it. Hoover's going to try and head it forward. Can't quite get it past to Bruck. Hope's going to come up. Gets a little body, no call. Little shoulder-to-shoulder action with McCusker. And that ball sent a little too wide there by Bruck, looking for Modernock.
Good idea, just a slight mishit. I like the idea, though. Yeah, they are having troubles with the balls today.
Well, they got some youngsters out there as ball boys. Already feeling the heat. Here's Hope. Trying to find Bruck down on the side. Hope's going to get back in there and take it away. Last touched in the midfield there by Cooker. That'll be a Mustang throw. Jacob Hope comes up just beyond midfield. See if he can find Heigurken. He chests it down. Heigurken back for Hope. See if they can get the field switched here. Anderson sends it back for Islamovich. He and Anderson play a little two-man game in the back. Now Mendius with it on his foot. DCG just calmly possessing in that back third.
Yeah, it seemed pretty relaxed so far.
Well, sometimes you can get a little too relaxed if that high pressure is being applied. There's Baker. Good job stepping up and getting that back leg down. But Spencer, though, doing a nice job winning those 50-50 balls right now.
They really are. I mean, they're controlling here so far.
And there's a nice pass in behind the defense. Baker able to scuff it away there. But again, pressure coming, and here comes a shot blocked by Islamovich out above the top of the 18. Right now, Spencer applying some pressure on the Mustangs. Looks like they're starting to kind of wake up there a little bit, though. Hoover is able to win that.
It's a nice tackle there.
And that's going to be out of – no, they just say play on. I thought that ball maybe was out of bounds. And we're going to have a foul there on Baker.
A lot of body checking going on right now. It's pretty aggressive, pretty physical.
Yeah, I think the player that went to the turf has stayed down. Might have had issue with an ankle. Trying to get a number from the far side of the field, waiting for him to turn around. Regardless, though, he looks to be okay, walking it off. And it'll be a free kick. Sent into the penalty area here. Well, attempted anyway, and that was blasted out of there by Zalota. And kind of an errant header. But Vreeman's going to run it down. Vreeman, a nice turn.
I think Alvarez, number 7, was the guy for Spencer that was down. He looks okay.
Ball in the DCG now with a little bit of pressure. Barron's the keeper, plays it out wide for Crocked. He's going to play it to the middle. Nice job by Spencer to connect on a couple passes in the midfield.
Yeah, they're really connecting on all their passes so far here. As I say that, they give one away, but
again, quickly won back though. Nice job by McCusker to kind of step in there. Crocked with it on his foot, looks to play it long cross field, able to switch it. Baker's going to run it down. Baker's fouled from behind. Little payback from the last foul.
Push here, push there. You know, it's just to get to know each other.
Yeah. So Almin Islamovic will set the ball down for the free kick. He's going to play it back for Mendias. Kind of three in the back, and that extra midfielder for Spencer has been causing a few issues.
Yeah, they haven't quite figured that one out yet.
Well, it's going to be important for Heigerken and Modernock to kind of check back in a little bit, I think. Here's a ball switched over. Heigerken trying to run it down, headed away, though. And it's going to be Alvarez playing it back to his center back, but he gives it away to Zalota. Now it's Modernock. Modernock playing the through ball. DCG, though, can't connect to Heigerken, and we're headed back the other way.
That's about the first real pressure that DCG's put on.
Huber does a nice job to come in and tap that one out of bounds as McCusker was trying to beat the defense down the near side here. Croc's going to switch it over. That's a dangerous ball, though. Riznicki had come up to take it away. Now Islamovic plays it deep. Riznicki going to get a foot on it. Plays it back for Modernock. And Collins going to send it in, and that's going to be harmlessly out of bounds, and it's going to be a goal kick.
I like the attack, though.
A little better action offensively in the offensive half, final third of the field here in the last few minutes for the Mustangs. A little over 10 minutes played here at Mustang Stadium, still scoreless. No real goal-scoring opportunities for either team yet.
Yeah, it's been a feeling out process for sure. I mean, Spencer was aggressive early on, but DCG's kind of taken a little bit control back.
And a lot of sloppy, heavy touches here in the midfield so far for DCG. They just got to kind of settle in and possess and connect on some passes. Like we mentioned, Spencer with those, just the three in the back, provides that extra player in the midfield, and that's it's going to take a little bit to figure that out, I think, here for the Mustangs.
Big time, yeah.
I'm sure it's something that was addressed. I know it was in the scouting report, but playing against it is a little different than seeing it on film. Riznicki, that ball given away. He and Zalota not on the same page there. Ball played forward. Good body there by Islamovic, and now Baker able to shield the winger on the far side. Now Baker will have a throw in for the Mustangs. Zalota tries to head it forward for Heigerken. DCG with an opportunity here, a little space on the near side, hopes looking to drive it forward. And that ball was deflected. No, thought maybe that was off the Spencer player, McCusker, but it'll be a throw in. Musser will. And nice job by Anderson to get his body between the offensive player, McCusker, and the ball.
I really like the back third tonight so far for DCG, playing really well.
Well, you've got two really high-quality center backs. Logan Anderson, just a sophomore, but in that age group, one of the better players in the state. There's a nice job by Heigerken to dispossess. And that's going to warrant a corner here for the Mustangs. So Zalota typically takes the in-swinging corner here from this near side. He looks like he's going to take it. Islamovic will come down inside the penalty area.
Yeah, get that big body down there.
get that 6'6" center back in there to occupy a few bodies, if nothing else. So here's the free kick, or the corner by Mateo. Knocked away, but Riznicki with it on his foot. Plays it back. Hoover's going to let one rip. And he sails it high over the crossbar.
Would have been 3 in football.
Yeah.
That's a good look, though. I mean, you want to get some shots on goal. So off the corner, it wasn't there. So get your secondary offense going.
So they take the goal kick back for Behrens, the keeper. Over on the far side. Spencer looks like they really want to build off that far side of the field, but DCG calmly wins that one back, and now Anderson plays a nice long ball in for Modernock. He's in. I thought he was onside.
Yeah, that's one of those, if you're on this side of the crowd, you go, he's good, and the other side, he's offsides, right?
Yeah, I was keeping an eye on him because I saw Anderson and Modernock make the eye contact. I thought he held up his run. Hope defending. Nice poke away there. DCG just looks a little flat-footed after there's danger time here, but Anderson able to get in the way of McCusker. You saw the speed from the sophomore center back there to recover.
Yeah, he really did recover on that. Just kicked it right back to the keeper there. Whew.
Physically mature and fast for a 15 or 16-year-old sophomore center back.
Really impressive.
I would say overall, though, probably a slight possession advantage so far to Spencer. But again, nothing real scary either way in terms of goal-scoring opportunities. There's a long throw-in down line. Modernock able to get through one defensive player. It's knocked away. Oh, nice little meg there by Modernock. He sends it across.
Oh,
what a volley! What a volley by High-Gherkin. Just beat Behrens. There's not much Behrens could have done there. That was just like a little back heel volley by Modernock. He had one of those last night on a corner, so he stays hot. His 3rd goal in 2 games.
I was going to say, have a year, Hudson. Wow, he is on fire right now. We'll keep him going.
And, nobody better down the right side of the field than Colin Modernock. You saw him meg the defender, went right by him, stays calm on the ball, places the ball right at the 6-yard area where he sees High-Gherkin making the run, and High-Gherkin, not an easy finish, but he made it look easy.
Yeah. We can't do that, but it was really nice.
I'd have a torn ACL, and I'd be laying on the 6-yard line right now if I tried to contort my body like that.
The setup was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
It really was nice.
Here's Zalota back in the midfield. Maybe this kind of settles down DCG. Here's Bruck with it on his right foot. He did get it to Drake. Riznicki. Drake able to get a deflection there. That's good soccer by Spencer. And what do we have, an offside?
Yeah. He had that flag up for a while.
Offsides on the Mustangs.
Interesting. Here's a nice job by Baker to come up and knock that away. That back 4 is now starting to kind of move up a little bit.
Yeah, you can feel things switching.
That's a handball there in the center of the field, so that's whistled by the center official.
Really can feel things starting to shift already, just to this side.
Well, I think with the extra midfielder for Spencer, if those 2 outside backs or even the back line as a whole starts to push forward, that kind of condenses that space a little bit in the middle that Spencer was kind of controlling the first 7-8 minutes of the game. Islamovic, strong right foot's going to be able to put this into the penalty area. And a little too far, a little too strong with that right foot as he floated it a little beyond the right foot of Zach Bruck.
It just looks so effortless for him, and it just goes a mile.
Yeah, he's a strong individual.
Yes.
Spencer down the far side, trying to build down the left side, and a late whistle there, a little contact. And DCG will retreat and reset the defense. It'll be a free kick basically right at the midfield stripe here for Spencer. Tigers trying to equalize now after going down 1-0 with the Hudson High-Gherkin goal. Colin Modernock with the assist. Well done by Miles Hoover. Gets another head on that one. Spencer controls. cooker. Look to the outside, but it's just a little bit beyond the foot of Musser. Now a quick throw taken. Heigerken can't control it. So DCG gives it right back.
And so far in this game, Miles Hoover's playing really well in the middle there. Just
being disruptive, which is his primary responsibility at the 6. Be disruptive. Here's Zalota, and that Zalota hit it with his hand, but he said not intentional or was going to let play continue.
Yeah, odd no call there.
That ball sent forward. Now it's Spencer trying to build again down the left side, but Baker doing well to kind of step in front of those long, slow passes.
Yeah, he looks good tonight, too. That's 2 or 3 times he's gotten that out of there.
Baker's going to retreat and play back for Mendias. He goes right back for Braxton. And Baker's ball downfield blocked. And what do we have? It's going to be a throw in for the Mustangs. Baker might have got away with a little bit of a bump. Tried to steal about 10 yards on the throw after that.
Gamesmanship.
Yeah. So they'll back Baker up about 8 yards, and he'll rethrow here. Zalota gets onto it. Nice job, nice recovery there in the middle by McCusker. He's been pretty good here for Spencer.
Yeah, he's playing really well.
That ball sent forward. Heigerken chests it down. Errant pass as he was trying to get Mateo. Well done in the middle there by Alvarez, and he's going to play it outside. Musser runs onto it. Musser tries to center it, but Landon Anderson says,
none of that.
We'll just get this out of bounds and reset.
No subs yet. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I would expect that anywhere between 20 and 15 you'll see a handful of subs by both teams, knowing you've got a game tomorrow in, about 18 hours?
Right.
Quick turnaround for both teams.
Glad they're in high school.
Yeah.
My legs wouldn't do that.
Yeah, at least it's not 2 in one day. We've seen that in the past. That can be pretty taxing, obviously. Here's a nice ball to the outside. Riznicki running onto it. A little bit of space. Tries to find Heigerken. Ball was deflected away. Played back to the left back. A lot of players close together right there for Spencer. Spacing. There's a good ball, though. And Hope's going to run onto it. Can he keep it in bounds? He can. Good job by Jacob Hope there. And tried to play it with the left foot away. Hoover calmly for his keeper, Mendias. Mendias for Baker. High pressure applied, but DCG does a nice job to work out of it. Oh, nice first touch there by Modernock. Long ball played across. Lost footing. Heigerken takes it with the left foot. Miscommunication in the back. Here's Zalota. Shot deflected. Nice block there by Spencer, and that ball's out of bounds. Should be for a corner. Yeah, it's going to be a corner awarded there.
Wow, a lot of action right there.
Spencer fans wanted a foul, but I think the defensive player just kind of scuffed the foot on the turf and lost his footing. I don't think there was any contact there.
I totally agree. I mean, it didn't look like any contact at all. He just went down, and Hudson had a nice shot.
No, I had the ball out, but there's some.
That's the way it always goes, right?
Ball's played in. Chasing back is Modernock. Modernock, beautiful turn. Now Collins going to play it in. Islamovic nearly kind of had a little dummy there, and here's a shot on goal. Deflected and just wide.
Wow.
Hoover put it into a dangerous area, and it's going to be another corner here for DCG.
I just love the attack here, the pressure they're putting on, getting a lot of good looks.
Well, virtually everyone for DCG out near the top of the 18 here. Ball played in, headed by Islamovic. And now it's cleared out of there, and Hope chests it down. Jacob now sends it out wide for Zach Bruck. Bruck's got a runner on the far side. That's Anderson. Ooh, just not quite far enough. Landon with a nice run. Well done over on the far side. Now Spencer looking to play a ball forward, but Bruck does a nice job to track back and play Mendias.
Really haven't had a major attack for Spencer at all. Really a threat.
Yeah, they've done a nice job in the midfield, but like you said, like just in that final third, connecting that final pass to get the shot on goal. There's a ball played down the left side, and it's going to be whistled off sides. Took a minute for the center to...
Well, sometimes just that flag is a little hard to see.
Well, you're watching the ball and basically back to the AR, so the DCG coaching staff alerted them that the flag was up. And an offsides and a free kick here for Baker. First substitution waiting at the sideline. It looks like it's going to be William Frazee, sophomore midfielder.
Jacob Hope did a really nice job defensively down here to steal that ball a couple possessions ago and kind of started that whole attack for DCG.
Mm-hmm. There's a nice long ball. A little bit of trouble. Bruck gets it on his right foot. A little heavy on the first touch, though. Oh, nicely done in the middle there by Romeo Alvarez. Alvarez now looking to play it forward, but Anderson chests it down and sends it back forward for DCG. Modernock gets it on his right foot. He'll play it outside for Riznicki. Drake surveys the scene, plays a left-footed. Oh, beautiful pass in there. Just that was Zalota, who had an opportunity, just not a good first touch. Well done there by Hudson Heigerken.
Boy, he is fighting in there.
Here's Modernock. Plays back for Bruck. Bruck tries to split the defenders, loses possession. Oh, well done. McCusker working through the defense. He's been crafty with the ball tonight. Baker, again, how many times has he broken up the attack by Spencer?
He has just been a defensive wizard out there.
And a good distribution there by Mendias past that first level. Now it's Bruck. Plays it back for Hoover. Now Anderson with it. They're not pressuring Anderson as much. Anderson makes the smart play to Hoover. Zalota switches it over for Baker. Well done here to kind of get it into that second level. Another good pass connection from Modernock. They're all the way over to the far side. Here comes the ball in, but
a little too far there.
Great build up through the middle. Just a little bit of a lack of patience there, or just an errant pass by Riznicki.
Yeah, it seems like after that DCG goal, Spencer's not pressuring enough, like as much.
Well, and it's hard to sustain that for 80 minutes when you're not substituting. And
right.
You've got a game tomorrow. I mean, their plan might have been, hey, the first 15, we're going to come out. We're going to try and get one early, put a lot of pressure on DCG. Nice job by Hope to chest it down and control it. Bruck has it knocked away. Like to see a little more one or two touch soccer in the midfield here for DCG. And it's going to be a foul called. Islamovic hit the deck.
Yeah, when when he goes down, there's something going on, right?
Yeah, and it was after the ball was away, so just nothing malicious about it. Just official was waiting to see if there was any sort of advantage to play. Ball sent in by Anderson. That one headed in. That was Vreeman getting ahead on it, but he, I think, accidentally set it back to the keeper, but Barons did a nice job to secure it first and then keep it, forward and not across the goal line.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job there. Tell you, Cooker, number 6 here for Spencer, has been really good.
Yeah, Cooker and McCusker. Number 10 in the middle, Mosher. Here's Anderson. He's so good with the ball.
He is.
Now Anderson, the center back's getting forward here. But Riznicki loses possession. Anderson's going to stay forward. He wins it back. Looking for options. Sends it to Riznicki on the far side.
He is staying forward, isn't he?
I think they're fine with that. Based on the lack of shot opportunities. Here's a long ball played forward. Islamovic did well to send that back, but Spencer wins it. Now Alvarez, another solid midfielder for Spencer.
Oh.
Cooker, Alvarez, McCusker. Here's Baker now getting forward out of that right back position. He finds Modernock. This is trouble. DCG going to send one across, and the ball there. Nobody home, though, for DCG, but here comes Hoover. Nicely done there. Hoover into the penalty area. He's going to try and cross it, deflect it, and a corner.
That's a great job by Miles Hoover.
You're seeing more and more folks getting forward that weren't doing that in the beginning of the game. You saw Hoover, Baker, Anderson all into that final third.
Like to see them on the attack. You get so many more opportunities to score when you do that as well.
So Stevie Velez checking in for DCG. We mentioned 22, William Frazee for Spencer. Did we have another substitution? Here's the corner. That's going to be sent out. Heigerken trying to run it down. Well done as he finds Mateo on that far side. Zalota cuts it back. Islamovic still hanging around in the penalty area, and he's going to be whistled for a little drag down.
Little grab.
Let's see, we got Stevie up there. I think that was the only substitution for DCG.
Yeah, I'm looking. I don't see anybody else that
had a couple guys move around a little bit.
Yeah.
But Anderson, or no, shoot, that's Hoover, and he was dinged up in the Des Moines Christian game last night, and he's asking for a sub.
Yeah, I think he took one right on the shin there.
There's Anderson. What do you know?
Ankle, maybe. Yeah.
He breaks everything up. Stevie's got to stay on side. Now he's off.
Yeah.
I think that was the right call. You could see, I think it was Zach Bruck was going to play him, and he was kind of waiting for him to get back on side, and then that back line stepped forward and put him offside by another step, but Miles Hoover limps off a little bit. He kind of tweaked that ankle that was bothering him, or foot.
Yeah, hoping he's all right.
Drew Every will check in. He'll slide over to that right back spot.
You said it too, Anderson. He's like hungry hippo out there. He just gobbles everything up, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Just if it gets near him,
he's so talented. Baker's going to shield, doesn't really need to, and that'll be a goal kick for DCG. Just under 10 minutes to play. Another substitution, Cameron Vanderheide is going to check in. And it's going to be Cooker coming off. So Vanderheide in the midfield now, playing that kind of defensive midfield spot.
Cooker's limping a little bit too, so hopefully that's nothing.
Yeah, that's mid-season soccer. We're getting to that point where you're going to start seeing the little dings and nicks and injuries kind of pile up or pop up. Yeah, these guys usually have a pretty good way of dealing with it and playing through it, but that one's headed away but out of bounds. So Bruck throws in for Modernock. Modernock plays it to Hope, who slid up to play that 6 now for DCG. He'll switch it over for Every, who's just checked in.
Yeah, I got some guys moving around a little bit, position-wise.
Well, they were kind of tinkering last night a little bit with the lineups, trying to find out who's going to play that 6 spot. I think they're going to probably land on Jacob Hope by the looks of things. That ball's going to be played out of bounds as Heigerken was kind of bearing down on the left back.
I really like Modernock on that outside. I mean, he just looks so natural.
Well, it's where he's played the last 2 years with Khosravi and Jackson and McDermott in the middle. And boy, did he just cause problems game after game, freshman and sophomore season. He's another guy that, there's a ball headed out of there by Villegas. Uh-oh, this is danger time here. And the left-footed shot by Modernock, a little bit errant. Give some credit to Vreeman, and came in and had to kind of hurried the shot by Modernock.
Yeah, just gave him enough pressure.
Last year, Colin, to me, Colin and Almin especially, I don't know if overshadowed is the right word. You can only give first-team accolades to so many kids on one team, but they turned in performances that were, to me, worthy of maybe some accolades they didn't get. But certainly in the running to see those accolades the next couple years as the leaders of the team. Spencer trying to build up here, but well done there by Mateo to win it back.
Mateo's been a nice addition to this team, too.
Stevie's got to stay on side here. Good touch there by Modernock. Plays it through for Heigerken. Heigerken has it poked away from behind. It's going to be a corner kick.
Yep.
More substitutions coming for Spencer. Hudson Grady, the freshman. He's playing forward, it looks like. He'll get a few minutes here, the final 6.5. Zalota's going to take.
He looks like a freshman, too, number 2.
Yeah, you don't have to be big in soccer to be effective.
Speed kills, right?
Case in point, Messi, the best player in the world, is about 5'5". This ball headed out of there, and Mateo's going to run it down. Mateo keeps it. He's still inside that penalty area. Heigerken whiffs on the shot. Long shot taken and just over the crossbar. Ambitious by Anderson, but nearly found the goal. That was a good 25 yards out, and I think it took a deflection by the keeper to keep that ball out of the net.
I think you're 100% correct. Yeah, it was a great job by the keeper to knock it away. It would have been in. When he first took it, I thought that's pretty far out. But
good news for DCG. Miles Hoover's found his way back out onto the field.
Love to see that.
Braxton Baker will get a rest here, the final 5.5 of the first. DCG and the coaching staff would like to see a second goal here before half. That ball was headed down, and it's going to be out of bounds. And going to be a goal kick here for the Spencer Tigers. Freeman quickly gets back underway with the goal kick. And that ball off of Modernock, so it'll be a throw in on the far side.
Yeah, I just haven't quite connected on those corner kicks as of yet. Had a little bit of work to do on that. But
well, they scored on a corner last night against Des Moines Christian. It was Heigerken, of all people. Finding it out of the air with a nice volley, similar to the goal he scored off the assist by Modernock earlier in the game. The only goal we've had so far. Oh, good idea, but just didn't quite thread the needle there as Hope was trying to get it down line for Bruck. Now Anderson. Now here comes a cross. That's going to be a little deep, but another runner on the far side for Spencer. They're inside the penalty area, but Islamovic comes out to get it out near midfield.
Great job by Almin there.
Islamovic going to send this one towards Villegas. Modernock gets a touch. Now Modernock looking for Villegas. He's making the run, but couldn't quite get there. Nice job by the keeper, Behrens, to come out. Came off his line to secure it. Nolan McCusker able to control that one on the near side. Now right into the middle of the field. McCusker keeps possession. Anderson wins it. All ball. McCusker looks like he might have banged his elbow on the turf, but looked like a pretty solid tackle to me. And they're going to stop play.
Yeah, that looked clean to me as well. Just went down hard and, like you said, probably landed on his elbow. So the field has really been, the pitch really tilted, right? We have been on the offensive attack zone for much of the first.
Well, and it didn't start off that way. It was, the first, 8, 10, even 12 minutes, it was mostly Spencer on their offensive half.
And just about since then, it's just been complete opposite. It's look at his wrist, I think.
Yeah, McCusker working with Jared, the trainer here at DCG. Taking a look at that left wrist. I suppose if you're going to ding something up as a soccer player, the left wrist is probably at the top of the list. That's a long ball by Zalata. Out of bounds harmlessly for a goal kick. Just under 3 minutes to play. DCG with the singular goal here in the first half. It was Modernak assisting Heigerken.
I mean, if you're DCG right now, you want to get another one on the board. If you're Spencer, you're just trying to get to half.
Yeah, especially the way the last 15, 20 minutes have gone. And a little pushing and shoving there in the middle of the field. All mean will.
Talking about dinner plans, you know.
Yeah. Islamovic will take the free kick just inside the offensive half. Hoover has that taken away. Alvarez, right place, right time. Then he plays a nice ball forward. Ball sent in towards the top of the 18. Islamovic going to head it out of there. And it's going to trickle down. I think you want to keep that in unless it's going to be a goal kick. And it is. Anderson. Just let that one slowly roll out of bounds.
Yeah, you can really tell, though, Spencer could just not keep up with the way they were pressing at the first. I mean, they are way back.
Well, and they've subbed, and typically teams like this, Baker with some physical play and a foul called on Braxton Baker. But, there's typically, you get into the middle of the 3A field and down, there's just you typically don't have the Johnstons of the world that have 30 top-level club players sitting on their bench. There's just a bit of a drop-off, and to sustain 80 minutes of high pressure against a team like DCG's is probably not going to happen. There's a really nice ball by Alvarez.
1 minute.
That was probably their best.
If they have a runner there, that's a tap-in goal on the far post.
Absolutely.
That was some of the frustration, I think, from the coaching staff is –
I think some of their fans were saying the same thing. Where are you at?
That ball sent into the middle of the field for Hoover. Hoover's going to play it forward, but just not connecting on that one much tonight. Here's Heigerken. Nice ball over for Hoover. Hoover's going to try and play it long. He's got Bruck making the run. Bruck's going to try and chip over the goalie Barons, but didn't have the right touch on it. Just a little strong on that one. Good opportunity there for DCG as time was running down, so pretty direct with the attack.
Shot by number 6, Zach Bruck.
7 seconds left, and this looks like we're going to end 1-0 here at the half as Alvarez just stands over the ball till the halftime whistle blows. And we're at the half here at Mustang Stadium in Grimes. It was a Hudson Heigerken goal and an assist from Colin Modernak that got DCG on the board. They lead it 1-0 at the half. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back and kind of take a look ahead for both of these two teams before we get back underway here. I think they'll put about 10 or 12 minutes on the clock here, so we'll step away here for 7 or 8 and rejoin everyone watching on the DCG activities page on YouTube. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back with the second half momentarily.
This fight, I've seen it before. It gets as bad as it can get. And most of the time you don't win it.
You remember where you came from. And you remember what he did to you last time, right?
You lost that fight, Rob, for all the wrong reasons. You lost your edge. Now when we fought, you had that eye of the tiger and the edge. And now you gotta get it back. And the way to get it back is to go back to the beginning. You know what I mean?
know there's only 3 steps into that ring. And tonight it's gonna look as high as a mountain. When we climb to them ropes, it's gonna be the loneliest place in the world because you're gonna be in there with another fighter who wants to take you out. Are you here to prove something to other people or prove something to yourself?
A lot of people live with hurt.
A lot of people don't have a choice, I do.
This guy doesn't want to win, you know. He wants to bury you, he wants to humiliate you. He wants to prove to the whole world that it was nothing but some kind of a freak the first time.
Maybe the only thing I can do is take everything he's got.
All your strength, all your power, all your love, everything you've got.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits. And not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
I must break you. Go for it.
Checking my vital signs, drawing my battle lines, going to war again. Feeling the rhythm inside of my chest, all I need is just a pen. I know I was born for this. I know I was born for this. Don't care for the critics, my words are like physics, a force that they can't stop. They just don't get it, I think they forget I'm not done till I'm on top. I know I was born for this. I know I was born for this. To love the pain. We come from different places, but have the same name. Cause we were born for this. We were born for this. We are the broken ones who chose to spark a flame. Watch as our fire rages, our hearts are never tame. Cause we were born for this. We were born for this. I've struggled for years and through all of the tears I faced the doubts I hide. I never gave in to my fears deep within cause I heard my voice inside. I know I was born for this. I know I was born for this. I will never lose my voice if I cut out all the noise. I know I was born for this. I know I was born for this. But have the same name. Cause we were born for this. We were born for this. We are the broken ones who chose to spark a flame. Watch as our fire rages, our hearts are never tame. Cause we were born for this. We were born for this. life for someone like me to know you're not alone. The moves that you make, yeah, that come up mistakes, don't ever lose your hope. Just know you were born for this. Just know you were born for this. We are the warriors who learn to love the pain. We come from different places, but have the same name. Cause we were born for this. We were born for this. We are the broken ones who chose to spark the flame. Watch as the fire rages, our hearts are never tame. Cause we were born for this. 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 This is my kingdom. This is my kingdom.
Look out far and wide until the ends of time. Don't you cross the line. What you see is mine. Battle scars to show is written in my bones. The one you can't control. That's why I hold the throne. You're out of my league, so bend at the knee. Get out of my way. I'm raising the flag. You better retreat. Get out of my way. Call me a god, call me a king. Get out of my way. You better believe. This is my kingdom. This is my domain. You can't take it from me. The greatest you've ever seen. You remember my name. I rise like the red sun. I walk through the flames. You can't handle the heat. The true legend is me. You remember my name. This is my kingdom.
Oh, welcome back here live out at Mustang Stadium, Dallas Center Grimes High School in Grimes, Iowa. Picture perfect night here. John McDermott alongside Eric Connor, my co-pilot here for the next two games, right? You're back here tomorrow at 2 o'clock as the, what's the nickname for the Denison Schleswig High School?
Monarchs?
Is it the Wow, look at the knowledge. Look at the big brain on Brad.
You know, I have my moments few and far between.
So the Monarchs come to town. They're actually in town. They're taking on the Norwalk Warriors as we speak. But basically Norwalk or Denison Schleswig and Spencer switch fields, and it'll be Spencer down there taking on Norwalk tomorrow at 2 o'clock, I believe. And so nice. It's a nice little. It's a way for Spencer and Denison to kind of get out of that western kind of area and play a couple quality teams in 3A here in the Metro, and they get to spend the night. So probably
come to the big city.
Fun thing for the high school kids to get to do. It looks like most of the parents have decided to make a weekend of it. As boy, I want to say Spencer might have more folks here than DCG.
It's
pretty close. That's
pretty
absolutely well represented here for the Spencer Tigers. Now both teams getting set to take the field here. Second half about to get underway. A 1-0 lead here for Dallas Center Grimes. If you joined us late, it was Hudson Heigurken on the goal that gave DCG the 1-0 lead, and it was assisted by Colin Modernock. And I think season stat-wise, let's see where Modernock's at. That's assist number 2 for Colin Modernock. And for Heigurken, that's goal number 4. So he takes the goal lead away from Modernock with that one, 4-3.
They talk about that in the locker room, I'm sure.
Those will likely be your two leading goal scorers. I think Bruck will obviously get into the scoring column, and those three are, I think, going to be their primary goal scorers. Unless, of course, there's kind of some, where do we play this guy, where do we play that guy? There might be some positional changes made throughout the year, but they're the predominant forward players that are going to have those goal-scoring opportunities.
They're still trying to figure some things out, but yeah, I think those are your guys pretty much set at this point.
It looks like DCG is going to pretty much start the way they started the ball game. Same with Spencer as we get set to get back underway.
Really look to maybe get another goal or two here and they get something to pay off. They've had a lot of good looks, a lot of shots, just haven't quite sealed the deal on that second goal yet.
I think the message is pretty similar for both teams. You know, let's do a little better job possessing through the midfield and creating a little better scoring opportunities, connecting on that final pass, maybe a little more one or two touch soccer. That ball's deflected out of bounds. No, it wasn't deflected. It was just
a mishit
or knocked out of bounds there by Blake Cooker. So Braxton Baker takes the throw for DCG. Ball headed forward. Islamovic going to send it downfield. And Heigerken battling for the 50-50 ball. Now Modernock down the right side. This is where he's most dangerous. He spins the defender around. Now Modernock sends it in. And deflected, blocked out of there by Vreeman.
Wow. He's just so dynamic with that ball.
Well, he's good in tight spaces. He takes really good, like, tight touches, keeps the ball on his foot, and plays confident. You know, he's expecting to beat the defender in that situation. And here's Spencer back the other way. They miss on the pass there, but a little miscommunication, and Hoover has to extend it, try and deflect it. Spencer tried to switch the field. Baker disrupts the attack there. Now it's Riznicki playing it outside for Bruck. Bruck takes a couple touches, now goes forward for Heigerken. Heigerken turns, plays it backwards for Hope. Now back into the midfield for Hoover. Hoover's going to send it long. Modernock. Good ball there for Hoover. Can Modernock get there? They're going to say he kept it in. That ball headed into the 6-yard area. Now Hoover runs onto it, chests it down, finds the feet of Riznicki. Nice job there by Hoover, but stood up there at the top of the 18.
Oh, give him go. That was nice.
Islamovic trying to win it back, and he's going to give a foul there at midfield. Is he going to get a yellow there?
Oh,
I think he probably is. And there's the yellow card issued for Islamovic. I don't know that he realizes he's getting a card. That's going to bring Drew Every off the bench for DCG.
You just figured it out. Oops.
Yeah, it was a definite clutch and grab there at midfield. After mishitting the pass, he tried to win it back, didn't win it, and then obviously just grabbed the player as Spencer was trying to counter back the other way. So Every comes on. Baker will slide over to the center back spot. Every will play the right back.
So that's first yellow card of the year? I believe it
I think it is.
I know Hoover has one. I think we had 3 in the first game.
Well, and Islamovic, I think, standing at midfield. Maybe the rules changed. I thought it was a mandatory 5, but maybe it's just a mandatory come off the field.
Yeah, he looks like he's ready to go right back in.
Here's Modernock working down the far side, or the near side. Good ball forward. Zalata trying to get it to Modernock.
He really was. He just couldn't quite do it.
But again, that's some of that, maybe, get rid of the ball a little bit quicker, maybe one less touch, play the pass. Same thing there, just worry more about possession versus beating one or two defenders. Behrens plays it for Vreeman, now back for Behrens. He'll send it forward, but right to the foot of Bruck. Bruck surveys the scene. He's got Modernock on the far side. Nice pass there as Colin now with some space. Colin cuts it back to the left foot, now sends it in. Deflected out of there.
Like you saw that about the same time Bruck did.
I've seen Colin play a few times. I knew what was coming. Hope's going to be whistled for a foul. And once again, McCusker hitting the deck.
He's been on the ground a little bit today.
Well, it's good to see him back out there.
Yeah.
He's wearing that heavy knee brace on the right knee. Banged up the wrist. That time hit the deck. Every deflects that one, but That one dribbled into the center back, Anderson. One touch to the outside for Bruck now. Bruck with some space. And has it knocked away, but it'll be a throw here for the Mustangs. I think we're going to have a sub here. And it's going to be Islamovich coming back on. So obviously the 5-minute mandatory.
Well, Spencer seems to think that rule is still in effect. They're yelling 5, so.
Well, and I think that was, you had some Spencer folks wondering why he was able to come back in and upset with the officials, not knowing there's been a rule change. The head coach for Spencer alerted his fan base that, no, the officials are correct.
Sometimes you have to do that.
Little foul from behind there. Close to shoulder there for Mosher, but a little bit into the back of Baker, and Baker sold it pretty well. Braxton now going to send one forward for Heigirken, but broken up. Now Heigirken got his foot on it, but Alvarez trying to work through the defenders, but has it taken away.
He just is a magician with that ball.
Modernach trying to beat both defenders down near the corner. Baker slides up to take the throw.
He's fun to watch.
Baker, a long throw into the center of the penalty area. Heigirken lets it rip with the left foot, but sails it wide.
That was a long throw. I mean,
I didn't know Braxton had that in him. That was into the center of the penalty area from the sideline.
Coach Heitland sees that. He'll be knocking on his door soon.
You might look weird throwing a football over your head with two hands. I don't know. Here's Bruck through the middle. Oh, beautiful. Here's Heigirken. Heigirken gets a touch, and they're going to say a goal kick. Boy, just a little deflection there. Was that Vreeman that got a piece of that?
I think you're right. Just enough.
Boy, he just threaded that through, though, and Hudson took a really nice soft first touch to keep it on his foot.
Hudson saying it went off Vreeman, but I don't think he's not winning this battle.
Yeah, he's not a guy that complains too often either, so I'm guessing that might have just been a miss, but well defended by Spencer. That looked like a very good opportunity for Hudson to get his second goal and 5th goal on the season. That ball sent forward. Mendias is going to come out of the penalty area and calmly plays it over for Anderson. Anderson plays it back for Mendias, and he'll send it deep to the middle. Riznicki heads it pretty much straight up in the air. Really like that Alvarez midfielder.
Yeah.
He just has a good sense of the game. Anderson will play it back and kind of reset as they'll widen things out.
I mean, really, Spencer's been close. They just haven't quite connected through the center.
Well, and I, at halftime, talked to a couple guys here in the press box. Game reminds me a lot of the Norwalk game where DCG's really kind of taken the reins of they kind of dominated the latter part of that first half and had the better opportunities. Here's Riznicki running onto it. That ball sent down near the DCG goal, and now just cleared out of there and for a Mustang throw. But, DCG dominated the vast majority of the Norwalk game, in my opinion. I was down there watching, but 14 seconds left to go in the game, and one little slip-up in a 1-0 game, and you can walk away with a tie. So, like you said, important to get that second goal.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this, like you said, the field has been tilted. I mean, it has been all on the offensive side for DCG, and if it just takes one run out, one something, and it's a tie game.
Oh, Riznicki with a turn and fire. That one over the crossbar.
Pretty sweet move, though. I mean, the left foot.
Riznicki looking for, I believe, his first goal of the season. Yeah, has not scored yet. Here's Islamovich getting forward. Oh, and just a little beyond Modernach.
Some misconnection there, but it's a good look.
Well, and Almin he'll creep forward every once in a while. He used to, in the younger days, played more of that holding midfield spot versus the center back. Was pretty effective. Ball deflected out of bounds by Hoover, so it'll be a...
I'm glad you said creep and not sneak. I don't think he sneaks a lot.
He's not sneaking. Yeah. He's not sneaking anywhere.
No.
That one lost out of bounds there by Polaschik. So a throw for Baker. Nearly 9 minutes played here in the second half. Been a relatively uneventful half, although that's a really good throw there by Baker. Now they'll play it central for Hoover. Hoover's going to find Zalata. Zalata tries to chip it in. Ball was deflected away, but Modernach's going to run onto it. Modernach keeps it in, and it's deflected out of bounds for a DCG throw. Polaschik looked like, couldn't tell if that was him or, I believe it was, that knocked that one out of bounds.
Yeah, pretty good defense that time for Spencer.
Let's see if Baker tries one of those long throws again. He does. That one headed away. Probably needed to let the keeper corral that one.
Probably didn't know who was behind him, maybe a little worried. That's the only thing I can think because, oh boy. Yeah.
Spencer trying to get behind Hope and Anderson. That's a pretty tall task.
Really solid back there. That combination.
Here's Hoover. Plays it long for Modernach. Not wide enough, though. And taken away by Spencer. Spencer into the penalty area. That one headed up, and it's going to be offsides called on Spencer. It was a really nice play by Hope to head that to the keeper from Mendia so he could use his hands. Here's Modernach playing it out wide for Heigurken. Heigurken trying to find Zalata. And that just sent out of bounds by Vreeman, and they'll reset the defense for Spencer.
Hey, you hear the coaches for DCG. Let's use this. Let's go.
Yeah, it's Coach Tilstra wanting to see that second goal. Baker, another long throw. Headed, but still in that penalty area. Kind of a dangerous spot. Now it's Heigurken making a run on it. Here's a ball sent out of the box, but still in that penalty area. Here's Heigurken with a shot. Now a tap-in goal for DCG. It's Modernach. Goal number 4 on the season, so he and Heigurken back in a tie.
Back and forth. Wow, that was, I tell you, it kind of all started with Hoover in the middle, heading that back in.
Yeah, they just couldn't get a good clearance out of there. You just, you could kind of feel it coming. DCG's had the ball in that kind of penalty area or final third for the majority of these 11 minutes played in the second half. And a really good save initially by Behrens, the keeper, but just nothing he could do as he had to go to ground to make the save. And alertly, Colin Modernach right there to pick up the mess.
Yeah, Heigurken was on the attack and the great save, but like you said, did everything he could to stop the first one, couldn't stop the second.
And let's see, that's going to be a throw for Spencer. Here's Lamovich. Oh, I thought they awarded it for Spencer. Yeah, he checks with his AR, and he says, yeah, that was the correct call. So it'll be a throw in for Brewer. He'll just drop it in. And this ball taken by Zalata finds the foot of Heigurken. Heigurken for Modernach with a little bit of space. Modernach strong on the ball, finds Heigurken, cuts it back. Now Baker plays it forward. Well done. Headed out of there by Polaschik. Nice job in the middle of the field.
As Alvarez again.
My favorite Spencer player.
He just spun
Romeo
around.
Alvarez.
Yeah.
I'll take him on my team any day.
He is a really,
just
really
a heady player.
Yes.
Just calm on the ball. Just what you want in the midfield. Actually had that ball into the goal area at the end of the first half that if they had a runner on the back side to the back post, probably could have had a goal. Alvarez plays one long. Anderson there to send it back. Now Hope, kind of a high kick there.
They're going to call that.
Now the center's going to wave it off. The AR on the other side says, come on, I'm trying to make a foul call here. Hoover comes in to disrupt things. And that's going to be out of bounds.
Good effort there by Hudson. But, yeah, they just can't seem to – Spencer can't seem to get that attack going. Defense has been great all night for DCG.
Well, I'm telling you, I've seen a lot of 3A soccer over the years, and these 4 across the back are pretty tough to beat in terms of a quality back line. Even with a good ball like that,
right.
Baker just calmly runs it down, plays Mendias, and they're going to say offsides. Boy, I didn't see an offsides there, but DCG says we'll take it.
Yeah.
They play it again. Here's Heigerken. Tries to cut it. Oh, well done by Modernach coming in. Now here's Colin into the penalty area. Slides it back. Shot off target there by Zalata. I think he had a little time there, maybe take a touch, and then he doesn't know what's behind him, I guess. But
Mateo would like to have that one back. He sees that on film, and it's like, oh.
Yeah.
It's one, like you said, 1 extra second.
Into the midfield for the Tigers. Alvarez just calmly switches it over to his left back. Ball played forward. Anderson, little handball there by Anderson.
Yep.
A little bit of a late whistle, but now we're going to have a card, I believe. Somebody's getting one. Zalata going to get the yellow. Just a little too much chirping for the Mustangs. He had given him a couple warnings. The team, that is. I'm not singling out Mateo, but Mateo.
I think Mateo earlier in the first half had a little meeting with one of Spencer's players, and it just maybe got a little bit too much for the official, right?
So Carson Modernach, younger brother of Colin Modernach, going to see the field for the first time tonight. He also had some action at Des Moines Christian last night. So the freshman midfielder. So the free kick to be taken here by Romeo Alvarez. He sends it Ball still kind of bouncing around in that penalty area. Not a great clearance out of there. And now it's cleared out. DCG can kind of take a breath here as they lead it 2-0. Heigerken trying to track it down, but Alvarez comes away with it. Alvarez plays it forward. Really good ball. Softly in down near the corner, but Hope's right there. And Hope contact in the back, so they'll whistle the foul deep. Well, they take the free kick quickly.
Pretty smart move by Hope there. Jacob just kind of shielded him out and got the call.
Here's Baker. Through a couple. Oh, beautiful. Bruck didn't get a touch, though, and now Spencer's going to have it back. Alvarez. Oh, nice slide tackle by Baker.
That was big time there.
Oh, and they're going to say a throw for DCG.
Oh. I missed that one.
Yeah,
that one's a little curious. I missed it, but still, I mean, it was great. Like you said, slide tackle, great defense, get it out of there.
Well, it must have deflected off the leg of Alvarez. At least that's what the official thought he saw. Because certainly it was a slide tackle. This ball sent to the middle. Deflected, though, and now it's back to Riznicki. He plays it out. Tries to play it wide. Now Hope for Anderson. Anderson will play it back for Mendias. Kind of back to what we saw in the beginning of the first half. Spencer trying to put a little pressure on, but this is what you run into. Modernach is going to head it forward. Heigerken tried to get on it, couldn't quite do it. Modernach's coming in from behind, though. Here's Colin Modernach. Gets it on his right foot. Shot saved by Behrens. Modernach keeps it alive out near the top of the 18. And that's going to be an offside penalty. It's not offside if he doesn't touch it, right? But it does trickle out of bounds, so either way, goal kick or offside. But Another great opportunity.
Funny that you said that because they were big time. They had everybody scrunched down here on this side, and like you said, got one out the back door there.
You're down 2 goals. You're playing that high line on the back. Pretty dangerous with Heigurken and Modernock just kind of looming around midfield. So they dodge a bullet. Score stays at 2-0. Barons with an excellent save on the shot by Modernock.
Big time save.
Ball forward. Here's Modernock after it was headed in. There's a lot to, or check that. That's Carson Modernock trying to do his best Colin impression. Gets it over for Riznicki. And that's blocked away, and it'll be a throw here for the Mustangs.
Yeah, I kind of look at that number too. Oh, yeah, that is the other Modernock out there.
Yeah. The ball cleared out. Hope tracking it down. Sends it central for Islamovic. Nice ball to Hoover. Hoover with some space. They're looking for Modernock on that outside. Hoover, though, tracking back to hurry the pass, and now it's Baker for DCG. Baker will send it in. Hudson tries to flick it on. Riznicki over for Modernock. Carson trying to beat the defender to the outside. And Carson plays it back for Drake Riznicki. His ball deflected away, but right to Hudson Heigurken. DCG with some possession here in the final third. Here's Bruck. Sends it wide.
Oh!
Just a little too heavy as Baker couldn't quite. Is a little bit behind him, and his momentum was taking him forward, so he just couldn't quite stop and keep his balance.
Couldn't put the brakes on quick enough. And still, I like getting to the other side of the field, right? Just, hey, let's get it over here. We've been over there the whole time, and it's a good look.
Baker hits the deck, maybe a rug burn on that one.
Might have one on his chin. Oh.
So it'll be a free kick from about 40 out here. Bruck will take it. Basically treating it similar to a corner as Islamovic and Anderson look to get involved. About 20 minutes, just 20 minutes and change left. Here's Bruck's ball towards that far post. And the ball's deflected and into the goal.
Oh.
They're going to say offsides.
What?
I don't know how that can be offsides. You see about 8 or 10 just terrible offside calls.
It's so subjective, though, right? I mean, that's the problem with it. Well, they make it subjective, is what I should say.
Can we implement VAR here? And they gave the goal.
They did.
He overrode the AR. And if you're confident that that's the right call, then that's what you got to do. You make the AR look bad to a degree, but I think that was Landon Anderson on the goal.
Yeah, I did not catch a number at all, but
fairly certain it was Anderson that got a foot on that.
Well deserved for the game he's having tonight. I mean, he's playing really well.
Oh, yeah, he is. There's not going to be too many center backs in 3A that are going to outplay Landon Anderson this season. Some substitutions here for Spencer, number 2, Hudson Grady, the freshman, comes in at forward. 22, William Fries, and Vanderhyde. All 3 of them played in the first half. They all come on. And
we're gonna have a little conversation here with the coach just on that goal, right? Just wants a little explanation.
Yeah, I'd like to watch it back. It certainly didn't look offsides to me.
But
there's explanations.
I tell you what, it was a great ball. I don't even remember who took the.
Well, it was Zach Bruck that took the free kick.
Yeah.
Almeen got a head on it. He and the keeper were kind of battling each other. The keeper, I couldn't tell if Almeen got a head on it or if the keeper got a hand on it, but it was the deflection and then kind of a sliding hit with the foot from Landon Anderson. Just kind of trickled into an unmanned net. But it certainly looked like there was defenders between Landon and the keeper. So 3-0 now. The goal stands. after VAR took a look at it. Here's Islamovich.
We're not going to give it back, that's for sure.
Sending it over from Modernach. Modernach keeps it. Nice job there. Gets it over to Bruck. Bruck with some space. Dispossessed, though, and there's a foul as Bruck went to ground. So right at the exact same spot, basically. Bruck's going to take another free kick. And yeah, it's a little farther back, but he can certainly play the same type of ball in. I'll have you keep an eye on the offsides this time.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
Eric?
I'm all over it. I got this. I'm sure they'll check with me first.
This one sent in. Not the greatest ball in, but still, there's a foul. Modernach's going to be whistle for the foul on Alvarez. Got a cleat on the heel, it looked like, of Romeo. If your name's Romeo Alvarez, you wear number 7 and you've got frosted tips, you know you're good at soccer.
Frosted tips. You had those, right, back in the day?
Unfortunately, there was a time. It's more the Slim Shady look.
Right, yeah.
It's got it big again. Well, look at Almin. Look at Islamovich.
Yeah, I mean, it's come back.
The hair dye section is selling out at Hy-Vee. I'd hate to know what's in that hair dye.
I think that's what ruined me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll go with that. Now here's a Modernach. Going to rip a shot.
Wow.
That's off the back of a defender. I think that was Vreeman. But regardless, it's going to be a corner for DCG. And just kind of the body language now of Spencer conceding that third goal, knowing how difficult it's been to get opportunities. You kind of reality kind of setting in on what you think is probably going to be the outcome of this game. But I give Spencer a ton of credit coming in here against the defending 3A state champions and really holding their own for the vast majority of this game. Here's a ball sent into the far post, kind of dinking around. Alvarez, though, able to win it. Romeo plays it out wide, but it's going to be a little too wide out of bounds. It'll be a throw for the Mustangs.
Yeah, to your point, I mean, first half, they were out here. I mean, they were only down 1.
Oh, there's Islamovich heading it in, and they're going to say he's offside, and I don't think he was. And they're just telling him, look, you're out of yellow, no arguing.
Yeah, don't even say a word. Yeah.
That's another one, though. I'd like to go back. I'm fairly certain he was onside there. I'd like to go back and see it. No VAR on this one. Well, that would be a crowd displeaser if they were going to give him another goal after.
Yeah. I can see why they didn't even think about giving that one up. Had a tough time getting out of here.
Modernach knocks that away.
But, yeah, I mean, to your point earlier, Spencer has played really well, played a really great first half. It's just the body language, as you said. I mean, they really haven't had a great scoring chance, and down 3-0, it's
good ball. Islamovich getting forward here, and well done defensively. And Baker.
He took a shot after that.
Yeah, hit the turf there, but did a nice job to break that up as Spencer was trying to counter back the other way. And a little foul and push from behind. Mosher going to get whistled for it. Well, Spencer's still competing here.
I was just thinking the same thing. They still got fight in that dog. I mean, they're hustling out here.
Here's Modernach. Matched up with Alvarez. Sends it into the middle, but a good deflection there. I think that was
Polchak? I mean,
Polashik.
Yeah, Polashik. Yeah, he's had a really nice match too. He's
gotten in the way of a lot of things DCG's tried to do offensively. Him and Vreeman have done a nice job in the back. Yeah, overall, I mean, Class 3A, this Spencer team's got some nice pieces.
They really do.
Well, they've got one player out with injury, one of their seniors, Zachary Richter. I'm not sure if he's a guy that they'll get back, but Coach Cooler said that he was out for this game.
Yeah, going forward, they could be sneaky.
Oh, no.
They've got pieces.
Baker down. That's not a good sign.
Grabbing at his knee. Yeah,
I didn't see the play really. But Baker goes to ground, and he's being tended to now by the training staff. Well,
maybe just.
I couldn't tell if he was trying to work a cramp out there or.
That's kind of what I was looking at too, but.
The way he's squirming around, I think it might be a cramp, which is the best possible scenario.
Don't tell him that right now, but yes, it is 100%. I mean, he doesn't want to hear it.
I think they're going to give a hydration break, which is probably a pretty intelligent thing to do here. Is you've got a player down with a cramp. Both of these teams got to get back after it at 2 p.m. tomorrow.
Right. Yeah. It's amazing too because for spring soccer, you start in the cold, end in the warm, just completely opposite of football.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to adjust. Your body has to adjust.
Well, when you play a game on a Thursday night, 80-minute, pretty. It was a 3-0 game last night, but still a pretty competitive game. Then you come back and have a very, very similar-looking game tonight, and know that you've got to play tomorrow. I mean, hydration is of the utmost importance, and getting 15, 16, 17-year-old boys to hydrate properly is not always the easiest thing to do as a parent or a coach or a trainer.
Give some pickle juice to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's always fun. They love drinking that.
So going back, we have goals. First goal for DCG, Heigurken, assisted by Modernock. Then it was Colin Modernock after a keeper save, and then just a ball kind of sitting there on the goal line, tap-in goal for Colin for the second goal. And then we're pretty certain it was Landon Anderson on that third goal. And Baker walking it off, trying to – I don't know that, with 15 minutes left in a 3-0 game, maybe Baker's night could be done.
Good possibility. I mean, especially, like you said, with the game tomorrow at 2. Most likely, probably not going to see him the rest of the night.
Yeah, we'll see. He's going to chat with the trainer here. Let's take a seat on the training table.
Yeah,
it does look like it's just a cramp because he's trying to stretch it back out.
That's as stretch as I do before I walk.
Yeah, when I get out of bed in the morning. Things just don't quite work like they used to.
They definitely do not.
Oh, well done there by Hoover, and he looks like he.
Yep, he did that same thing. I think it's that ankle, isn't it? Yeah, he's been kind of battling that.
He didn't play too many minutes last night, just trying to kind of get him a night's rest and get him back towards 100%, but got dinged up in the first half, but came back in, about 3-4 minutes later.
Yep.
Oh, good look there. Nice turn. Ball in. Bruck's there. Can he run it down? Keeps it in. Can he keep it in on the side? He can. So he keeps it in. Now the ball sent out of bounds. It's going to be a throw for DCG. Boy, a really long throw there. But that's going to be out of bounds for a goal kick.
I like the creativity in the middle, though. Kick it out just a little bit too far for Bruck to get it.
Villegas thought maybe the ball was live. He was coming in to win the ball. They hadn't taken the goal kick yet. Here's Islamovic. Slides it back for Anderson. Into the midfield. Hoover now. Under 14 to play. Hoover back for Every. Every takes a touch. His pass deflected, but Hoover there for a quick throw for the Mustangs. Villegas.
Man, he's taking a couple right off the upper shoulder, back area.
Was that Brewer or was that Polaschik?
I think it was Polaschik again.
I think you're right.
He has taken a few of them.
Here's Heigurken with a little space in the middle. Now it's Modernock. Oh, great little jab touch there to keep possession, but then poked away. Anderson going to play it back. Jaden's been lonely back there. Mendias gets a touch, plays it for Every. Every dispossessed. Oh, and they're going to say foul. That's one where I probably would be.
I mean, if you're a parent, you're not happy, right? That's
Every sends that one central, but knocked away. Here's Modernock now. Modernock with space, driving the ball. He's got Villegas with him.
Oh.
Tries to send it wide for Heigurken. Hudson's going to run it down before the sideline, though. And it's out of bounds.
Yeah. I love the idea, though. Hudson out there, just a little too far in front.
Yeah, that ball played just a little wide. But Modernock can tell you Hudson should have been out wider anyway. Bruck got a foot on it, but Spencer able to keep possession. Now Bruck tries to beat the keeper. He wasn't off his line, though, and that's going to sail over the crossbar. Not a bad idea.
No, I like the idea, yeah.
Sometimes you win a ball out that far from the penalty area, the keeper can kind of slide forward.
Get him napping a little bit out there.
McCusker with it on the far side.
Speaking of napping, Mendias down here picking flowers. I mean,
here's Villegas. Has it in the penalty area, but a little slow on the turn, pass deflected, and it'll be a throw for DCG. Hope comes up to make the throw. Throw into the box. Cleared out of there, and Hope will have the same throw here for the Mustangs. Well, 11 and a half minutes to go. DCG pretty much in control of this one now after the third goal by Anderson. Here's a ball sent forward, but Anderson's there. Islamovich trying to win it. Oh, and there's Hope tracking back. And he'll just dink it out of bounds so that DCG can reset. Some pressure applied, though.
Yeah.
Well done there by Mosher to keep it away from Islamovich. Here's the throw-in for Mosher. Into the penalty area. And it's going to be a goal kick. Mosher was trying to sell the corner.
He was, yeah.
But clearly he touched it last there.
I think Anderson just kind of cleared him a little bit, and he kicked it out.
So Islamovich will send it wide for Every. Every sends it downfield for Villegas. Hoover plays it wide. Every trying to find Villegas, but well defended by Spencer. Now Alvarez, his pass off the mark, and Modernock's going to run it down on the far side. Modernock.
Oh, good look to Modernock.
Finds his brother Colin. Colin trying to work through a couple defenders, and it's going to be a Spencer throw-in.
They can argue about that tonight at home.
Well, he got it to Colin, and then Colin.
I don't know if Colin was looking back for him or mishit it or.
Well, here's a ball to midfield. Anderson. Looks like he might have tweaked something.
Yeah, that's something you definitely do not want to see.
Little ankle. I mean, you don't want to probably surrender a goal here for DCG, but you also want to have some fresh legs and healthy players tomorrow. Mendias sends it forward. Hoover chested down now by Every. Plays it wide for Heigurken. Plays it for Villegas. Villegas trying to run it down. Villegas keeps possession. Tries to cross it in. Villegas, nice little step over. Villegas keeps it. Well defended, though, by Alvarez. Alvarez, not a lot of options. That one poked away. Here's a potential shot coming. Oh, beautiful layoff there for Carson. Carson takes a rip.
That was pretty. That was pretty.
That would have been Modernock to Modernock for Carson's first goal of his DCG career. That would have been a nice little icing on the cake.
That's one of those, it didn't go in, but boy, it looked pretty. I mean, it was, setup was nice. Everything was perfect. Just didn't get in the net.
So Miguel Ranfeld on the field tonight for the first time. He checks in for Carson Modernock. Tilstra slaps Modernock on the back, says, "Get him next time, kid." Nearly a goal there for the freshman. That would have been pretty sweet.
Yes.
Especially assisted by older brother.
Right. That would have been one they could talk about for a long time.
And there's the ball last touch there by Heigurken.
It's like you said, though, at what point you don't want to give up a goal, but at what point maybe get a few guys in and as I say that.
Yeah, we got one other newcomer checking in at the next dead ball. That's going to be LJ Atanga. Nice attack here by Spencer. Every, though, takes it away. Finds the foot of Heigurken. Now it's Hoover. Hoover going to place Bruck. Bruck with a little space on the far side. He's got a runner. Ranfeld making the run. Now instead it's Bruck going to take a long one. That one dribbles to the keeper. And that'll be a save credited to Behrens.
It's one of the easiest saves you'll have for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, got to rack up the stats, too.
Alvarez going to play down the middle. Anderson's trying to recover, and he does. Knocks it away. Well, trying to find Mosher over the top. Almost got to him, too. Anderson had some work to do to.
Yes, he did. He had to get on his horse.
To get that out of there. Mosher on the ball. Plays wide. One back by Hope, and it's going to be a DCG throw-in. So a couple more subs. We mentioned Atanga. Looks like Riznicki back out there for DCG as well. Substitutions for, did you catch the numbers for Spencer?
I did not. I'm sorry.
It was 23. Well, we don't even have a 23. We have a number 23 out there, not on the roster. Apologize for not getting the name.
Oh.
Every through the penalty area, plays it wide. Atanga. He's going to send it for Villegas. Villegas. Ball cleared out, but Riznicki there. Riznicki hits it. Now it's Ranfeld trying to run it down, and last touch by Miguel. It's going to be a throw for Spencer. Well, 5 and change left to go in this one. A couple more players getting up, getting loose.
I like to see that, especially with the game at 2 o'clock tomorrow. I mean, you're up 3-0. Get some guys a little bit of a break.
Spencer, nice job by Braxton Baker to take that one away. Ball played down line. One back by Spencer, but here comes Bruck. Bruck dispossesses. Now Bruck down the far side. Takes a touch. Bruck into the penalty area, but deflected out of there. And that's going to be a DCG corner.
Pretty nice defense there. I thought he was going to get around him.
I think that was Palacic again. He's kind of been everywhere. Or no, that was that Vanderhyde, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right.
26. Just a little bit smaller version of Palacic. The short hair and the tall, skinny build. Hope checks out. Landon Buster's checked in. Also Leo. Is that Leo Riznicki? Oh, ball. He's kind of trickling around that 6-yard area. Here's Villegas. Oh, nice move to get by the defender. Villegas trying to cross it in, but sends it wide and over the crossbar.
Yeah, keeper just got his hands on it, but it got through him, and Villegas almost had a look in there.
Yeah, Leo Riznicki, the left back now. Well, some chuckles coming out of the fan base. We've got another unnumbered rostered player out on the field, so apologies. Number 21 for Spencer, not on our roster. So we're basically looking at a lot of the – well, we've still got some varsity guys out there.
A few here and there, yeah. And then for Spencer, too, I mean, they have a game tomorrow as well. So they
against a tough Norwalk team.
Yeah, so they're trying to rest up as well.
I'll be interested to see how that game goes. I think Spencer could give Norwalk all they want. Every pressure from behind. One back by Spencer.
Yeah, I would not take Spencer lightly.
No, they're going to go get a good night's rest. They're going to be chomping at the bit tomorrow at 2 o'clock to get back in the winning column. This will be their second straight loss. They'll fall to 2-2. A 1-0 loss to, was it West Sioux?
Yes.
There's a ball centered in. Oh. I think that was Riznicki hitting the turf on near the far corner.
Yeah, they took a loss to West Sioux to start and then beat Storm Lake and then Floyd Valley. And like you said, that Storm Lake team, they're a good team.
Here's a ball in. Nice header there by Baker. Baker trying to get into the scoring column.
Some ups in the middle there.
And we're going to get Carson Modernock checking back in. And I believe Zach Bruck will check out. So under 2 minutes to go here. They stop play to get the substitution on. After these weekend games, Spencer's going to take on Spirit Lake. Looks like at home, and then they're at Boyden Hall and Sioux Center. Anderson looking to run this down. And he's just going to shield the offensive player and get a goal kick awarded.
I mean, not only are you really good, but you're really smart too, right? So that's
he's played a lot of soccer.
He knows what he's doing out there.
Plays for Sporting's ECNL U16 team right now. At least in the fall season he did. Modernock's ball back to Spencer. Spencer getting forward. Alvarez plays a ball wide. There's a shot. It's going to sail over the crossbar, very close to going into that net on the back post from McCusker.
That was a good look.
Probably their best opportunity. They've had a couple good opportunities, but DCG for the most part has limited shots on goal.
I would say that was their best look. It was, like you said, aiming for that back corner, almost got it.
Long ball forward. Modernock into the back of Alvarez. Alvarez, though, stays with possession. Oh, nice job by Buster to take it off the foot of Brewer. Alvarez with it, though. Sends it wide. McCusker is going to rip one at Mendias, and Mendias will fall on it. And that will do it out here in Grimes. Dallas Center Grimes Mustangs with their second consecutive 3-0 victory. Last night it was Des Moines Christian. Today it's at home against the Spencer Tigers. So the Spencer Tigers move to 2-2 on the season. They've got Norwalk again tomorrow afternoon. And Dallas Center Grimes moves to 2-1-1. They had the tie with Norwalk, the loss to Johnston, and now 2 consecutive wins against Des Moines Christian and the Spencer Tigers. Tomorrow we'll be right back here on the DCG Activities YouTube page. You can join us for that one. It'll be Eric Connor and myself again on the call. 2 p.m. kick here live at Grimes. Final thoughts from you, Eric, on this one. It was the first 10 minutes, it really felt like Spencer was here to play, and they were kind of, I thought, had a possession advantage. Ball was on their offensive half way more. Then DCG just kind of settled in, and that goal by Heiger can kind of calm things down, and I thought kind of switched the momentum.
I think you're 100% right. Yeah, Spencer came out ball of fire, right? And they had possession for most of that first 8 minutes or so, and then DCG said, all right, we're just going to settle down. And honestly, I really thought DCG played a fantastic match today. They're starting to figure some things out. I feel like their connections are better. They look like they're starting to settle in.
Well, in their last 200 minutes of soccer, they've conceded 1 goal, and that was a set-piece goal with 14 seconds left to go in the Norwalk game where they pulled the keeper forward and just didn't account for the keeper, and he just a gorgeous ball in from Kralik, headed in by the keeper from Norwalk to tie that game, salvage the tie for the Warriors, and that's who Spencer will see tomorrow. So, it's a pretty good 200 minutes of soccer to only surrender one goal. And
the way it was surrendered.
So
that back third is really dominant for DCG right now, and that's a strength of the team.
Defensively, locked down. Offensively, still some things to work on, still some formation kind of player role things to figure out, and then just overall sharpening up, possession, touches, passing, all those things are going to need to improve if they want to factor in and try and repeat as 3A state champs.
I couldn't agree more. I think you're 100% right on there, and you improve and get better, and we'll see it again tomorrow.
And stay healthy.
That's always the number one key.
All right, that'll do it here out in Mustang Stadium in Grimes, Iowa. Final score for the final time, the DCG Mustangs 3, the Spencer Tigers 0. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll see you back here at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon as DCG takes on Dedison Schleswig Monarchs. 2 p.m. kick here on the DCG activities page. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
This fight, I've seen it before.